we were having a rain shortage crisis. Or at least I would call it that. We had limitations on washing cars and watering the garden and all kinds of other stuff because according to the borough, there's a problem, or not the borough, my water authority left me a message and told me that they got issues. So this, I think I got a drip on the lens, but other than that, this is excellent news. Oh, thank goodness. The air is actually a little bit chilly. I'm a little bit reluctant to go get wet without a jacket. So what I'm thinking I might do is set you down and go get one. Ta-da. Oh yeah, I have to replace that top button. Anyhow, this is nice because now I can go out, still have 2 free hands, and not freeze because this air is pretty chilly. Look at how wilted my poor elderberry is. We are going to get drips on the lens. There's really no helping it. Like, look at that. If I'm lucky, the only runoff I'll get is the stuff that actually hits the cement here. I think I have the channel pretty well cleared here, and then that makes a turn up into here. The device I'm recording on is water resistant, so we'll be fine. Yeah. New bricks. Oops, the little menu thing popped up. I still don't know how I make that happen. Love to be able to do auto exposure on purpose, but it just keeps coming up when I don't want it. Alright, let me preview for something. Oh, looks good. I keep worrying that I'll end up exposing my address and having to spend like an hour figuring out the dang blur tool. Yeah, look how wilted everything is. We'll go down and actually see it. These drops are really big and wonderful. It could rain all night. I'd be so happy. And it's making for an early sunset again, which is always kind of cool. So yeah, go down the tire stairs here. The fronts of the tire stairs are getting squishy. Look at this. So I'm actually planning to cut the sidewalls so that I can fill all the way. I'm not going to cut the whole sidewall, but just like this, and then compact soil in all the way. Look at how wilted even this pokeweed is starting to suffer, which is wild. Oh, there's a canvas bag in my pocket. It's probably been there since early spring, like before quarantine. Look at this. We've got snakeweed dying. Like, this is nuts. I couldn't water, so I just didn't come and look. Like, it was one of those ignorance is bliss kind of moments. I don't know if this is okay or not. Oh dear. I may have to get new cuttings. I might have to get new cuttings. Wow. Those were Salix Discolor. So I have local sources of both Salix Discolor and also of black willow. So that's a American willow. Actually, I forget the common name of Salix Discolor, which is hilarious. I know it's botanical, but not its common. And then the black willow is Salix nigra, I think that's right. But they're both native and locally adapted varieties. One of them's from a friend's yard, and the other one is from along the biking trail I use a lot. So easy enough. One of them ends up with me looking ridiculous walking through the neighborhood carrying branches. The other one ends up with me looking ridiculous stopping along the trail and pulling out garden shears. So, low cost. The main cost involved is people's perception of my sanity. So, yeah, this is all really, really wilted down here even. And this is the part that gets the most shade in the afternoon. Like, it gets more like, 11 to 2 direct sunlight. And that's a full day sun, but it's not a ton of sun. So yeah, as these stairs age, the front lip loses its stiffness, and that is something I'm going to cut through the sidewall using a utility knife and then backfill it so that it's more rigid, more like the one at the top, which this very top one is a sidewall-less tire, but also it ended up weirdly elliptical. But the front lip of that's a lot more solid, so see, like that, those things. The other thing that's been suffering pretty good during this dry spell is the nursery up here. It's not doing great. I've definitely lost some things, but not all of them. Some of them to digging. Oh, I tripped a little. This is potted raspberry that's pretty dry. The grape's doing fine. Probably because it's under like 2 feet of wood chips. But then, wow, look at how red. Look at how red that is. That is cool. Yeah. So we'll walk through the rest of it. Just to see how up in the areas where I use a lot of wood chips, it's been better. Ooh, lightning. And then the other thing that's been better, and thunder to go with it, are these areas with like heavy top growth. I will be out here. Obviously, this is the point in time where the surface of the ground is just gobbling it up. So we aren't seeing flow yet, but I will come in and out a decent amount to see if this channel ends up filling my potential pond. And I already know that the overflow works, but I don't know what the overflow does in a deluge, you know. I could also passively collect a little more water in here. I leave it closed most of the time because I don't want bugs, but it's good. It's good to have. So yeah, back here everything's doing a lot better, even though it gets a lot more sun. This area gets a decent amount of shade, and I've just been using that water to water them from time to time, and that's going okay. See a couple more tomatoes. I see a couple more beans. Yeah, so sorry about the drips on the lens, but I am out here actively, actually in the rain,